So right away, this website kind of looks like an older looking site just because of the way that it's all laid out. Like this left hand column here, it doesn't fold away or anything, and just kind of in the way all the time, and it kind of reduces the amount of content that you can view at once. Um, then also this logo is kind of it's kind of odd. Like the actual title is pretty small, and it looks like you just wrote this up on your computer, like on I don't know, like Paint or something like that. Um, the first thing you look at here is this, and that doesn't really make sense. Like log in, create account. Like I've never been on this website before. Like I don't know anything about it. Why would I do this? The first thing you really want your customers to see is the products that you're selling. So probably highlight like the big product category that you want them to go click at right away. Um, the other thing is this huge banner. It's like a big question mark. So like, what do you guys even sell? Do you guys sell cigars, or you just sell um, bikinis and women's fashion? Um, it seems like this is a cigar store. Like obviously the name, cigar accessories, and you scroll down, featured collection cigars, but then you're also selling products that are for a completely different demographic than the people that mostly buy cigars, which are most likely men, older men, right? So middle-aged men, whatever. Second thing, or I don't know how many, but um, so everything here is on sale, and that doesn't really make sense. Like, why would everything be on sale? You know, like you got to pick a couple of your most popular items and put those on sale. So not everything at once, because every people are gonna look at that and say like, hey, what's up with that? Um, the other thing is, so click over here. So in your images, your product images, you still left the logos from wherever your supplier, whatever your supplier is. So these are probably from AliExpress, these products, right? So you got to kind of clean up these product images as much as you possibly can, make them look um, like they're yours. So they can't have any of this type of thing. And I'll get into that in a second. Before that, I want to point out, so your titles, they have to be as similar as possible. So like you see here, oh, you didn't uppercase these, and these are all in uppercase. So you have to have them all the same. I'd recommend you go with the lowercase. You want to draw attention away from the title, because you don't want your customers to go out and start researching these brands, trying to figure out where you found them, who they are, and stuff like that. So yeah, get rid of all of these uppercase titles. Obviously, get rid of the sale price on a lot of this stuff, because you shouldn't have everything on sale to begin with. And maybe get rid of the red too. It just kind of, you want to try to make this look as clean as possible. Maybe if you had like 2 or 3 items on sale per page, you know, that would look fine. And if it had a red sale tag, but if everything has a red price, red sale tag, it just kind of looks a little spammy and cheap, you know. Um, yeah, so just get rid of all of these. If you have anything to describe it in your description, which you actually did a pretty decent job of. You have, well, aside from stuff like this. So make sure you clean them all up, everything. That, um, the actual descriptions are fine. You don't have your AliExpress description or wherever you got it from. And then lastly, or second to last, I must say, the footers. You have to have a footer that makes a little bit more sense. So maybe put your website logo again on the footer, even though I guess it shows up here again. So I'd probably try to make sure that this column either folds away and hides off of the screen, or stays at the top, and I just move everything to the top. You can put your logo again at the bottom. Um, definitely get rid of this stuff to find this on Facebook and Instagram because you already have it here. So it's super redundant and no one's going to like copy and paste a link. What 95% of people are going to see this website on mobile, so they're not going to do that. This makes no sense here. If you have any, please contact us on social, on email. Like that sentence makes no sense. I would just not even put something like this. Leave that stuff in your privacy policy or whatever, shipping, refunds. And then I would just make sure the biggest problem you have is the fact that you haven't you're trying to go for a general store and kind of a niche store at the same time. You're trying to be a cigar store, which is your brand, but then you offer products that make no sense. Like you have all these general store products here that don't really vibe well. They just don't make any sense with what you are trying to focus on. So I would get rid of all of that stuff because it's going to drive away your main focus, your core competency, your customers from the cigar niche, and then you're probably not going to sell much of this stuff anyway, if at all, honestly. And I would just, if you really insist on selling this type of product, then make a separate store for it. Or if you're gonna go with a general store, go with a general store. Don't go with something that's so specific like this and brand yourself around cigars, but then the majority of your products or half of your products are women's accessories. Like that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, thank you.